Well, buckle up. I'm about to fuck your world. So, the U.S. military is seen as invincible by the American people. Why is this? Well, it's because the average American person thinks like the average American soldier does. The average American soldier in today's day and age is highly reliant upon his technology, is highly reliant upon a lot of other shit too. They have weaknesses, they have Achilles' heels. So, the way that you beat the U.S. Army is they are big, you are small. Use that to your advantage. They are big. This means that they're immobile. Means that they're slow to adapt. These are their weaknesses. If you really want to beat them, that's how you beat them. And creativity is not their strong suit. They don't think creatively. Occasionally, when they want to actually fucking win wars, they hire somebody like me to do their creative thinking for them. And because the people that are in charge now have gutted the military of anyone who even remotely had any idea of what they're doing, you should go watch a movie from the 1990s called Soldier featuring Kurt Russell. It's not a particularly good movie, but it's set in the Aliens universe and he's kind of a space marine and you'll like it. The point that you should get of watching that is what he shows you in that movie is some made up Hollywood bullshit, but it's the point of it. Sorry. God damn. Cough out of nowhere. Oh, what he does is some made up Hollywood bullshit. But what they're trying to do is give some sort of sci fi futuristic vibes of like the Taliban or the Viet Cong. Okay. When when you defeat them, you ravage the entire area of everything that they leave behind. Go watch The Wind and the Lion. When Sean Connery, as the Raizuli, is talking to the woman Petty Karras about the Western world and how it is a bucket of water spilling drops from the bucket, and he and Islam are there sopping up the drops. That's how you should be. These people are wasteful and they're stupid. Like, the way that you beat them is to find out what their weaknesses are and to exploit them to the best of your ability. And to stay mobile enough that they can't ever fucking find you. It would also probably help to be some sort of a CIA informant or some shit like that, like fucking Bin Laden was. Like, honestly, I think there's a pretty good chance they were stashing him in Iran that whole time, but we're going to go under the assumption that that's not true. If you really want to beat him, though, like, you don't have explosives, you don't have grenades, you don't have rockets, you don't have planes, you don't have artillery and tanks. So you conduct small ambushes and raids and that sort of shit to steal that shit from them. The next thing that you would do is the movie Red Dawn. Go look at everything done in the movie Red Dawn and know that that's what you should do. All of it. There's a part in the thing that I'm not going to mention at all. It's trying not to say it. The drive-in. Pay a lot of attention to the drive-in and what they do at the drive-in. Your goal should be to get more soldiers. More soldiers Continue your fight. You're going to lose people. You need to recruit. Think of the best place to recruit from. It's one of those things that, like, you guys are obsessed with guns. That's cool. I know how to shoot guns. I'm obsessed with raising rebel armies. That's what I'm obsessed with. Maybe I'm just the last rebel renegade. I don't fucking know. I hope that's how I go down in history. I would rather go down as the last rebel renegade than go down as the first citizen of the New World Order. I don't know. The thing I will say about F-16s is, who guards F-16s? Just think about that. Think about it real hard and get back to me. I am not concerned. Like, flat out, I am not. I don't think you should be either. Like, I don't think you should be concerned about most of these people. They're fucking inept as shit. Like, their biggest weaknesses are that they are stupid, they are inept, and that they don't know these things. Okay? Now, some of them aren't. Like, there are the special forces is like the real military. What they have done to the rest of the military, and honestly, I don't think there's probably anyone left in special forces, from what I've understood. They're having a real hard time getting those people. Because basically, if anything, the former fucking crop of special forces candidates, they're going to people like me, people like Risky Christie, people like Nut and Fancy, even, or whatever, and they're doing their own thing, as they should. It's one of those things that I've gotten shit the entire time I've ever been doing anything about guns on the internet, because I wasn't in the US military and I talked about defending myself. I did that because I had been doing that since I was 7 years old in preparation to die in the Marine Corps. Like, it's a whole thing. I'm gonna go fight. Whenever World War III or whatever the fuck it is happens, like, I've been fucking training and losing weight and PTing like a motherfucker for several years. And like, I started doing that with the goal of being healthier and happier and transitioning, and somewhere along the way also got mixed in training for possible military conflicts, especially as I saw that the military was becoming more and more LGBT and trans friendly. Like, honestly, it gave me a reason to live a little bit. Like, I think this is part of the thing you don't understand about a lot of us is that you exclude us from your little clubs. Not that the military is a little club, but like, they're all little clubs. You exclude us at your peril. Some of the most capable people I've ever met were trans. And they were capable because they lived in every fucking day by their wits, basically. They usually lived in a car and had a handgun. I admire other trans women quite a bit. I don't think of myself as a particularly good one, to be honest. I feel kind of lesser than because I'm fat and a trans lesbian, and basically the community doesn't like people like me. They don't like conservatives. They don't like people that aren't pretty by their definition. There's many things that they don't like. Like, I find the trans community as off-putting as I find the gun community. Maybe I'll start making those videos. I think I will make one of those videos next. But seriously, like, and back to defeating the US military, the thing that I would do if I were going to do anything would be to try to get a navy. Because, like, hear me out. Here's common sense for you. In Thomas Paine's book, Common Sense from the 1770s, forget exactly which year that was written, probably 1775 or 1776, but I don't remember which. Uh, he makes a big point that basically the reason that America doesn't have to worry about England is because we can build more boats than England and we can build better boats than England. So long term, we will be the victors. So he who controls the seas controls the world. Fuck the air. The air power is aircraft carriers on the ocean. Like that, you have to control the sea, right? Over land, you control the air and high places. But the sea is mobile. It's ever shifting. It is as the sand, to quote the Raizuli. Like, this is why we're doing the Space Marines thing and fucking pirate shit and all that. Like, I'm going to encourage you to be a fucking Minuteman Navy. Hit these people where they live in their ports. Blockade them. And I know you're going, well, what about there's the Navy? Okay. So my rebel Navy would start out as swift boats. You'll look up what those are. And we would be in, I don't know, I would want to hit most ships with probably at least a 12-man team. And you just clean sweep them. Okay. Then you have other boats coming in of people who can man said ships. This is why you're pirates. Okay. In addition to the pirate thing, uh, go watch any of the shit going on in the Navy right now. Sailors are a unique and interesting breed, and they have created an environment in the Navy where there are no sailors. So I'm not afraid of the U.S. Navy at all now. And this is why Putin isn't afraid of the U.S. Navy at all now. He knows this too. He's seen the same shit I have. Putin's not afraid of much anymore because he's seen what I have. That's what I think. As far as the Navy thing goes, like, you will lose ships in a fight with the Navy, but you will be stealing their ships. So here's my pitch to you. At the onset of every fucking engagement, I would lock them ship to ship and go in fucking small arms. If they start using missiles on you and shit before that, cool. Fire back. If they don't, keep flying the US flag. Keep flying it until you're right up fucking next to them and then ram your fucking ship into theirs and take both ships. There's places where on a fucking any vessel where you could hit it that's gonna like lock you together and do minimal damage that could sink a ship. That's where I would try to hit him. And I would have raiding parties at the ready uh, to either cross the bow into their ship or various other means. The American military has not fought a threat like what I am describing ever, really. But like in a long goddamn time, this is some old school blue water pirate shit right here. This is what happens when you fuck with the Marine Corps. I'm not going to do anything. Those boys are going to do this all on their own. And I don't mean the actual Marine Corps. I mean like whoever is left that bleeds fucking red and gold. The ones that came from the fucking bar. Pisses me off so fucking much to see this shit go to shit. We shouldn't have to fight our own fucking military. That's what's coming. And I feel bad for the people that have joined the military. Their lambs being led to slaughter by people that are fucking insane. Also, the way I would counter most of their missile technology and shit would be like stupid shit. Come up with stupid shit. Stupid shit tends to work. But like stupid shit is like having a mountain in between you and them. There's other plans. But yeah, as far as the approaching to the fucking ships thing, that whole camouflage thing is one of them. Only worked for so long. To be honest, after that, my goals in the initial grabs would be submarines because if we're using swift boats, I would try to get on board a submarine with her captain and crew and try to convince him to join our side because they're useful animals. And then whenever they're not, I would show them the hatch. The reason we would need a submarine is because, again, approaching by stealth as a fucking frigate or whatever is doable, and I would do that 100%. But what's more doable is we're already using swift boats and got fucking divers and seals and shit to go take boats, or our version of it. You wanted to be a Navy SEAL, right? Here's a limpet mine and a fucking pair of fins. Good luck. Anyway, if you already have all them, the submarine is the logical deployment thing because the sub it would be detected if you got up like right next to the boat, right? But that's not what you do. The sub has escape trunks for fucking UDT submersibles and shit, right? Swimmers and whatever. Like, get your frogman on. Once you have the submarine, that's exactly how I would take them. What's sad is I love the Navy. I'm not even sure I'm going to post this. Probably should. the least expected thing that they would ever think in a million years that you would try that would work is going to a historical playbook. They don't know them anymore. The people that they have fucking going through Annapolis and shit. Oh, there's maybe some of them that are real, like naval historians or whatever, that really know. Everybody else remembers whatever they have to and then memory dumps it. That's how everyone is doing everything in the US now, because that's the only way to get through school. That's what they've made it to do, is like you study, you study, you study, then you go do the thing for 5 minutes, and then you fucking relax, right? That's not the world. And because that's not the world, these people don't know anything about the world because they don't know history. And that makes them incredibly vulnerable. This is every lecture I ever had with fucking E. Honda about Blitzkrieg in World War II was a tactic that never should have worked had they been facing people that were somewhat competent. The issue was that it's kind of like it is now. They let their militaries go to shit. Well, meanwhile, Hitler was building a war machine. And he pulled some shit out of a historical playbook, well, his generals did, and twisted it into a modern thing, which is exactly what I'm talking about doing. There were counters to Hitler's bullshit. They didn't maybe have the ability to do those because their militaries were in such a shambles. But let's say that I was France in World War II and that my military was a good one, like America after Pearl Harbor or something like that. Assuming that like you have a military that is capable of fighting off X, here's what I would have done to that is they pushed through in a giant fucking advance, right? They didn't capture a lot of surrounding territory. And whatever territory they did capture, they didn't hold really. They kept moving. And this is why I agree with Winston Churchill's assertion that essentially it was a cavalry charge. And I think Winston Churchill's issue is he didn't realize the state of shambles that all of those militaries were in, basically, and that Hitler had some new scary toys, and that was enough of an edge to get him to win. Okay, if Hitler was fighting, you know, Mac v. Sog and the boys or whatever, chances are real good that they would have all fucking died. It was a gamble. What he did was a gamble. Okay, it paid off. It paid off because they were too inept and stupid to counter it. And this is the thing you need to watch for is like, you don't need to gamble all the time. You need to be like me. When I fucking play blackjack, I don't just hit until I bust. I play the odds. Okay? So in blackjack, the goal of the game is to get 21, right? The dealer stands on 17, hits on soft 17 or 16. So that's kind of how most people play, and that's pretty much how you should be. Personally, I usually don't hit anything over a 15. I usually don't even hit 15s. Depends. I play a little bit more conservatively than some, but I also play with a lot more money and I win a lot more. So, and this is what I'm saying. It's like the thing that makes me good at blackjack is that I can read the odds. You should be able to read the odds. You should know your enemy. You should know your enemy like you know yourself. That's how you win. You have to be able to think like them. Like the greatest gift my girlfriend Dakota ever did for me was I know exactly how these people think. most of them, the vast majority of the people that aren't evil, I get exactly how they think. And then the evil people I can interpret based on her, basically. Basically, they're trying to use an army of orcs against Spartans. So I'm telling you, they are currently drafting, not drafting, but like their volunteers coming in are few and far between, and when they do get them, they're lackluster. We're we're breeding ourselves up a defeat, a bad one. I don't know why we're doing that. But it makes me question so many things that I think it's okay to make videos like this advocating that you know, you fight back eventually. It's not time yet. When it comes time, I think the pirate thing's a good idea. I was going to call this video Plan C. Yeah, I'll make that a different video. Plan C for Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah. I always wanted to wear some eyeliner. I'd be more likely to wear eyeliner to pretend to be Captain Jack Sparrow than I would be to actually wear it. So it's weird to me. Like, I don't know. Eye makeup is weird. I don't like shit around my eyes. The thing that I think is funny is the plan that I outlined. If you had people that were capable and whatever, it would work. Pirates of the Caribbean 2 Electric Boogaloo. That is what I'm going to call this. I'm definitely changing the name. I'll see you guys later.